During the reign of King Belshazzar in the great city of Babylon, a grand feast was organized within the royal palace. The king, reveling in his power and wealth, hosted a lavish banquet for 1,000 of his nobles, as well as his wives and concubines. In his arrogance, Belshazzar ordered that the sacred vessels taken from the temple in Jerusalem be brought to the feast so that he and his guests could drink from them. Unbeknownst to the king, his actions deeply offended the God of Israel. In the midst of the festivities, a mysterious hand appeared and began writing on the wall of the royal palace. The king, troubled and frightened, summoned his wise men and astrologers to interpret the mysterious writing, but none could decipher its meaning. News of the king's distress reached Daniel, a wise and trusted advisor who had served under King Nebuchadnezzar. Despite the king's previous ignorance of Daniel, he called for him in the hope that Daniel could reveal the meaning of the cryptic message. Daniel, led by the Spirit of God, stood before the king and said, "Let your gifts be for yourself, and give your rewards to another. Nevertheless, I will read the writing to the king and make known to him the interpretation." As Daniel observed the words written on the wall, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin, he delivered a divine message of judgment to King Belshazzar. The words represented God's judgment upon the king and his kingdom. Mene meant that God had numbered the king's days and brought an end to his reign. Tekel signified that Belshazzar had been weighed in the balance and found wanting in the sight of God. Upharsin conveyed that the kingdom would be divided and given to the Medes and Persians. In that very night, the prophecy was fulfilled. The Babylonian Empire fell, and King Belshazzar was slain. Darius the Mede took control of the kingdom, as Daniel had foretold. The story of Daniel and the writing on the wall serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of pride and disobedience, as well as the certainty of divine judgment. It highlights the importance of humility before God and the consequences that follow when rulers and individuals fail to acknowledge the sovereignty of the Almighty.